All right, welcome back to the Universal Thought Podcast, where we share universal thoughts, ideas, concepts, philosophies, and we have all around good conversation with some awesome people, man. And today we're doing a highlight, another highlight episode with a dynamic individual. I met this. Well, first of all, her energy said everything. Her music, her energy spoke through her music. And I just wanted to highlight her today, man. She's so she is a educator. She's a songwriter, a performer from Memphis. With a deep dedication to teaching and performing, she has achieved remarkable milestones in her career, including the honor of performing for President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama at the White House in December 2011. Very sensual visuals to her music with a very unique video style. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you all Diamonique Jackson. How are you, Miss Diamonique?
What's up? I'm feeling good today.
Good. You looking good.
Thank you. I'm trying to do a little something.
Yeah, we got some melanin in the building.
Amen. A lot of it. Amen.
Yes, ma'am. You just got off tour, right?
Yes.
How was it?
It was amazing. It was a lot of twists and turns. I don't think I really slept until I got back. You know, I was like, dang, you don't notice how busy you are when the adrenaline is running. But I'm like, dang, touring in your 30s is different from touring in the 20s.
Right.
I used to be up with the boys in the 20s, doing all that stuff. And then we go out after the late night show. I'm like, damn, I'm not able these days. The show's over, everything's over.
Yeah, we grown.
But I had a good time. We grown up, baby. I'm ready to get back to the road. Baby, I was ready to lay down.
What cities did you go to?
Okay, boom. So I'm from Memphis, so we had to start off in my city.
Right.
We started off in Memphis at Manhattan Sports Bar and Lounge. Shout out to them because they keep your girl booked.
I know this.
And my manager is also, the co-owner in there. So, she does her thing and booking other artists outside of myself. So we started off in Manhattan, and then we went to Little Rock, Arkansas. I had my birthday show. Okay. Shout out to my Leos gang. And then Huntsville, Alabama. Then, I feel like I'm missing somebody. Oh, Dallas. Dallas was fun.
I know
that was one of my favorite shows. And then we ended in Atlanta last week. So
wow,
it's been a ride. All in 30 days. Yeah.
You was with her all the time, man?
No.
You wasn't?
I have a
Why you say it like that?
No, what's great about Diamond is that she can manage without me. So she'll get on that phone and I need to call my manager and they settle down. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
When people try to play me here and there.
Yeah.
But they don't play me long.
I know this, right?
Because I call. I will. They know when I start calling, it's a problem. They don't like that.
And do you have to call often? Do you have to?
I had to make a call or two.
You have to make a call or two?
Yeah, I won't, say no names. I'll be specific. But, you had to make a call or two.
Okay.
But they got it in line.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Amen.
Yeah, we ain't gonna bust somebody on that.
No, not on the line.
Not yet. Maybe next time.
Maybe next time.
I'll tell you. But you say you performed in front of Obama.
Yeah.
How was that?
Yeah. Oh my God. People don't ask me this story, and I'm make sure I make it short as possible. Okay, so it was 100 people in choir. I'm a freshman. Y'all know how freshmen get treated anyway. You don't really get picked for the stuff. But I was a good singer, and I worked my tail off. I've always been a hard worker.
Right.
I got picked. So he could pick, out of 100 people, he picked 12. The White House only let 12 of the college students come in. So he picked 3 from each section, 3 soprano, alto, tenor, bass. Long story short, I was the only freshman to get picked.
Wow.
Yeah, I was the only one. So I went, this is how it was, me running my mouth like I am now. I was talking with this door. They had told us that Obama was not there that day. So here we are, we like, dang, we came all the way from Texas to, we rode the bus to Washington, D.C., true HBCU style.
From Texas?
Yeah, to Washington, D.C., yeah. On the bus. Shout out to our HBCUs. We love y'all for real.
Right.
Okay, so then we sit here, ride the bus, right? And so they told us that he wasn't there. So we like, dang, that's a way, but we still happy to be here. I saw T.D. Jakes and a couple of actresses, but it's Obama.
Obama, right.
So here I am running my mouth, and we disappointed, but we just talking now. But the guards, it was like double doors, kind of like what's behind you. And I was like, dang, we've been sitting here forever. Like, what's the point? He ain't here. whatever. You know, y'all already got our hopes up.
Right.
I'm sitting there running my mouth, and then all I hear is boom. They opened both doors at the same time. So when I looked, I turned around, and she said, it was Michelle first. She said, "Hey, sweetie," she said, "Merry Christmas." I said, and I couldn't talk. I was trying to say, but I said, because they told me they weren't there. So I said, oh, she said, "Come in." She just gave me a hug. I was the first person she hugged, and the rest of the choir was there. And then Obama came. He said, "Merry Christmas." He said, "Welcome to the White House." And I was like, dang, that's my boy.
Hold on, do it one more time. Hold on, because you got a good Obama impression. Do it again. One more time. Come on.
Well, I don't know if it's going to be good because it was natural. I'm just telling you. Well, after Michelle, she said, "Sweetie, happy holidays." I said, "Oh, my God, Michelle." Then she left me alone. Then Obama, he said, "Hi." He said, "Hey, how you doing?" He said, "Happy holidays." He said, "Welcome to the White House." And he shook my hand. He had a nice firm grip. And I was like, "I love you, Obama." So then I went up in there. And then I took my pictures. And so this is the thing. I only see the picture online. I've been trying to get that picture forever. It's only online. But they didn't give it. You can't bring phones either.
Oh, okay.
They take your phones at the door.
Right.
And then you get it at the end.
Okay.
So it's like that type of party. But yeah, that's how I met him. I was so happy. I think I was 18. Yeah, I was 18.
Did they purposely not tell you they was there to surprise you, or?
They knew, the guards and people knew they were there all along. They say it's just a prank they do every now and then. But this is the thing. They invited us to the White House again the second time. And the director told me, he said, "You know, Diamond, I'm not going to bring you this time." I said, "Why not?" He said, "Because, you know, you were the only freshman. You had a chance, and I got to get somebody else a chance." I said, "Whatever." So I didn't get to go. But this time, they told them they weren't there, and they thought it was a joke. But he really wasn't there that time.
Wow.
And I hate that because I was like, you know, it's funny because I thought it was a regular prank. I was like, they're going to trick them.
You wasn't there though, right?
No, I was glad I wasn't there. Riding on that bus all the hours, and then Obama, he wasn't there for real. That time he was doing a speech overseas or something.
So did they think that they thought it was a prank?
Because when they told me he wasn't there, they already knew our story from the year before. They was like, "Oh, he gonna be there." Them doors didn't open the same, like boom, it didn't happen. They missed out.
So what they go for? Like what they?
Because they have every year they have a private party in the White House. It's called Christmas at the White House. So we were there singing. It's like in the foyer we're singing, and then the his famous dogs came and we saw Sasha and all them, and it's only like I said, T.D. Jakes, Kelly Rowland, you know, they're walking through doing their thing. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a dope event.
That was interesting. You have a song called Tox Tales, right?
An album called Tox Tales.
Album called Tox Tales.
Yeah.
What stood out to me when I looked at the title, I'm assuming it's Toxic Tales.
You're a smart man.
Okay.
Yes.
So you have some toxic stories, some toxic past situations that you wanted to pour into your music.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess my question is what actually inspired that concept for the album?
I think that was the first time I got hurt in my adulthood. I was a late bloomer to her. You know how you get your heart broken at 16? Oh my God. I didn't go through that, but I remember looking at this video by what's his name, Kurt Franklin. And he said you can't skip experiences, and that's what it taught me. I was like, I ain't never been hurt. All right, you're gonna be dumb in the 20s, you're gonna be dumb in the 30s. You're gonna have to experience it at some point, sooner or later, right?
Right.
So I was a late bloomer because I was always thinking about business. You know, I entertain men, but I didn't make them my world like how the normal person make a person. I just need love. I needed that money. I wanted to go to LA. I had things to check off early, and that's what my mindset was. But I fell in love with somebody. I guess that's what love was to me at that time. When I got to LA, I released Toast Up. I was on Billboard, and you know, I'm vibrating high, and I met someone. And turned out not to be, you know, what I thought it was. And so from going to let's get married and let's get eloped to I hate you was a big shift.
Right.
So that was the first time I really experienced like being in pain. I think like that whole I'm not coming home for Christmas. I was in LA in Christmas by myself. My family's like, what you doing? we're very family oriented. I didn't go home for Thanksgiving. I didn't go home for Christmas, and there was no reason as to why. Like financial issue, I was just like, I don't want to come home.
You just in love.
I didn't want to be seen. Like I was really, I was really breaking, and I'm the life of the party. So if I'm going through something, it's easily indicated like something wrong. You know, or Diamond ain't acting herself. So I didn't want them to see that. Especially, I'm gone months on end, and then when you come back, your energy is. Yeah, I don't like people in my business doing me emotionally like that. So I just stayed home in my little apartment off Crenshaw.
Right.
Shout out to y'all. And I just grieved the situation, and I came home like Valentine's Day or something.
So this is after the breakup.
Yeah. So we broke up, and then it was the pandemic. They tried to spin a block and a little something, but it was never right again. So.
Okay.
So that's where it came from. It was toxic teals, and I don't like to stay in one place. Start off toxic, we meet, and because the album comes in toxic. I'm saying, guess who's back again? Diamond's back. Don't tell your girlfriend. Like what?
Right.
And I'm like, guess who's back? Yeah, back again. I'm up in this thing, and by the end of the album, you see that she goes through a metamorphosis and see the love she was really looking for. She wouldn't have been able to get it from him. It was really, I needed it for myself. So the last song is called Quest, which is Journey, and that's why I feel like I'm still on.
I love the I love the visual because it's like a movie. The vibe I got from it, the first thing I thought about, I ain't gonna lie.
Tell me.
The first thing I thought about was R. Kelly trapped in the closet.
Yeah.
Because
I didn't think of that.
That's the first thing I thought. Like, man, so it made me watch it because I was like, I like this.
Oh,
yeah.
I wonder if that would inspire me from like R&B. You made me think of something. It is kind of. It's not the same, but it's the same vein because it make you. He kept us here. Like, what's gonna happen next?
That's exactly what it was.
Oh, you watched my visual. Thank you.
I did.
Thank you.
I definitely did, and I liked it. I mean, it was how you transition from one song to the next in the same, video. That was dope. I like.
Thank you.
I do. I like that. You also have a song on. So you have a song on the Birth of a New Nation soundtrack.
Yeah. What is it? Couldn't hear nobody pray. Shout out to Nate Parker. We met up later when I was in LA twice.
Right.
And so funny story. I was a section leader in college. I told you I was always up in leadership places I didn't even want to be, but they always put me in the front.
Yeah.
So when he came, he was like, I'm gonna use you, blah blah blah, when it's time to film my movie. But I'm just one of them people until it happens.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
I hear, okay, girl, all right.
Right.
But he came back and he meant what he said, and when he was like, he had this star lineup with Gabrielle Union. She was my favorite. We ended up meeting years later too when I moved to LA. She's so sweet. And I was one of the ones I had to teach the music. And then we recorded in the chapel, Julius S. Scott Chapel in Marshall, Texas. Shout out to Wiley University. And it was up from there. Couldn't Hear Nobody Pray was led by Lewis Keys. He now resides in Dallas with his family. When you go to HBC, you still keep up with just, we were like, it's like family.
Right.
So, it was a great experience though. And it had a red carpet event. And I met Nate Parker supporting another friend in LA, like my first year. He was like, Diamond. I was like, yeah, what's up? He was like, what you doing out in LA? I said, I told you I was going to get up out here. He said, you a go-getter. Because when he met me, I was a waitress actually at Applebee's in college.
Wow.
Yeah, the movie came out in 2016. I graduated. We recorded in 2015. Okay. So he used to, he came to Applebee's and I happened to be his waitress. Oh, he requested me, yeah. We had we blocked it off for him, and he was like, I want Diamond. I was like, who back there? They said, no, Diamond. Nate said, he want you. I said, me? So I'm trying to put the little pad on, for the person, I was sweating,
Yeah.
And, they tipped me good, too. Amen for that.
You don't seem, you seem very prepared for anything. Do you get nervous?
I seem prepared. My life seem prepared.
No, when you come, like, let's say, and I haven't seen you perform, but you just seem like you're not like timid about anything. Like you don't go into the situation nervous.
Not in this chapter. There were chapters I was, but no. Really, no. I sing from Beyonce. There's gonna be no difference between me performing in Manhattan on Friday than performing Beyonce. I'm not gonna shy away because she's her, or No, I'm gonna show up as Diamonique Jackson every day of my life.
I like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's like my vow to me.
Right. Do you perform regularly at the Manhattan?
Yes.
Well, I need. Yeah, I that's all I need to
You
know.
got to
I'll be
come
there.
out. Yes.
What days?
Well, I'm everywhere right now. So
Okay.
you missed the Friday show. That was my first show back since tour. But there will be some dates in October, and I'm gonna make sure.
Yeah.
You know, Kay gonna hook
me
you
know.
up, keep you in the loop.
Thank you.
This make me feel good. You done really done your homework. People have interviews. I'm like, my album. See, most people don't know about that album because that was me releasing it after I had kind of departed from a label. So then it was the pandemic, all that stuff. So people that weren't really, we had bigger fish to fry during that time, like bees.
Right.
And how we gonna do this? But it makes me happy. You really, took your time. My music. Thank you.
Yeah,
I feel
that's
good.
no problem. I want to always be prepared. But again, your resume kind of caught my attention. It's a few other things.
Talk
hold on,
about it. Let's get it.
You got a whole list here, so let me go through her accolades real quick.
Oh.
She did a duet with Yolanda Adams on BET, 2013.
Boom.
How did that happen?
And about this prepared part, that's why it's funny you said everything, the accomplishments you reading was so unprepared. So I went through this time period in between 16 and 18, I didn't want to sing, right? And I also didn't want to go to college. I know, I was like, I already know what I want to do, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. So long story short, my grandma passed, and that was like my push. She was like the Joe Jackson behind, like keep practicing.
Right.
And you could think you have intrinsic motivation until the person who drove you passes. And when they're no longer there and you have to find your own religion and who you are, it's like, dang,
Right.
am I confident? Or was she just always here? So I had to find myself again. So the only reason I got the opportunity to go to college, I got a full ride scholarship before I filled out an application. Say it again, I got a full ride scholarship before ever filling out an application. I didn't graduate with accepted to any colleges. People don't know that because I didn't fill it out. I didn't want to do it. I'm headstrong, so if I say no means what? No. Shout out to Ebony from Players Club. Right. But I didn't want to do it. So my friend on the last day when we cleaned out our locker, she said, you need to go to college. And I said, I already talked to you about that. I'm not doing it. And she said, Diamond, call this man. So when I called him, I was like, hey, my friend told, straight up, my friend told me to call you. It's a man giving out scholarship. And he was like, what is your name? And we talked, and he said, what's your email? I checked my email, 30 minutes later, it was a full ride scholarship. He didn't even hear me sing. Remember that. I said, so I called him back. I said, don't you want to hear me sing? He was like, no, I trust it. You went to Overton, so, you're fine. It was real weird. I got there a year later. He said, Diamond, he called me in his office. He said, I'm having auditions. He did say BET called, but when he said we were going to do a duet, he said it was a telethon. When I'm thinking old school telethon, I'm thinking like
people answering the phones.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, there's some little talent show. They're going to have like a little talent show where you sing at another HBCU. And I told him, I said, I don't really sing like that outside of choir. Like, I ain't in that space. Oh, and he said, Diamond, he said, the audition is tomorrow. You need to think about it. So all these people who were sure, I probably was number like 15 in audition because I was still in my head. I was like, I hadn't operated like that since my grandma passed. I had just stopped singing Cold Turkey. And I only did it for college because I had to get that money for college. Right. So I went up there and I sung. With that, I also didn't listen to a lot of gospel. I just went through a thing, y'all. And I didn't want to listen to nobody but myself. And that was the problem, leaning on my own understanding. Right. So the only gospel song I remember that I knew the words, so he said it had to be gospel, was The Battle Is the Lord's. Like, she used to make me sing that every Sunday at church. Okay. So a month passes, right? Now it's Thanksgiving break. Everybody packing. I'm ready to go home. I done paid the little girl the $30 to ride with her to Memphis, whatever. And he called me in the office again. And I said, dang, I'm in trouble. Because he told us don't go to this party the night before. I went anyway because I'm Diamond. So he came and I was, nervous. Right. And he was like, sit down. I said, dang, I'm going to lose my scholarship. I'm like, oh, my God. And I said, hey, Mr. So I'm about to tell him myself. I was like, Mr. Hayes, he was like, hold on. I said, he saw me. But we on two different plays. He was just like, so when you leave home? I said, I leave home tomorrow. He said, no, you're not. I said, it's Thanksgiving break. What did I do that I can't come home? Right. He said, we got to go to LA, to Hollywood. remind you, I think this is a talent show for at another HBCU. So I'm like, what is there to do in Hollywood?
Yeah.
He said, so you know that audition you done? He said, they picked audition number 3. And I said, tell him I said, congratulations. And he said, Diamond, you auditioned number 3. Like when he sent the videos in, you were 3. I said, they want me? He said, yeah. He said, so you can either go home for a day and come back, or you might as well stay here. He said, we got to leave in 4 days. Well, 2 days. So there's no point of going to Memphis. And I said, how long we going to be there? He said, a week. I said, okay, so what song I'm singing? He looked at the paper and said, TBA, to be announced. So how can I prepare for this? I don't even know what I'm singing. I said, well, can you at least tell me who I'm singing with? What's her name? Like, what school she go to? And he said, Yolanda Adams. And I said, what? I said, what? He said, Yolanda Adams, like the Grammy Award winner. You know her? And I said, oh my God. I was like, Mr. McKee, I can't do it. For real, I got nervous instantly because I hadn't been singing at all, solo wise, not in churches, not in programs. My grandma died, that was it. And now here we go. You talking about sing on BET with this gospel giant? No and no. Tell them to pick another one. He said, I'm not telling them, and that's it. He said, so that's it. You have to do it. So I flew out and I met her. I walked in. It was Ricky Minor, who was Whitney Houston's music director. He had all these pictures of Whitney on a blue wall, and I just got emotional because that was my girl. And he was like, you can come here and look at what she was showing me, little notes and stuff that she had wrote him. And at the time, Whitney had only been gone like, 2-3 years. It was just emotional. And then in walks Yolanda Adams. And I was like, oh my God. And she was like, she looked at me and she was just like, you ready? And I said, yeah. Okay, so we went to the mic. I said, wait. I said, what are we singing? Because remember, nobody ever emailed me from the day. I said, they was like, she said, oh, they didn't tell you? She said, She said, well, let me see, which one of my songs do you know? She was like, do you know the Battles of the Lords? Like, do you know the words? I was like, thank God, it's the only one I know with all the words. I said, yeah. I said, let's try that. And she said, okay, so you're going to take the first verse and hook, and then I'm going to come back, and I'm going to do the second verse hook, and then we're going to go and vamp towards the end. She said, you ready? Because she had to go. She was doing the Yolanda Adams morning show in Houston. And my flight was late, so I had her late. So we only got to run it 2 times. She ran it once to make sure I knew. She was like, you sound good. She said, let's do it again. We done it again. She said, all right. She said, I'll see you so-and-so, and I'll see you at the war show. So she flew out, and then 3 days later, she came back, we rehearsed, and then we filmed.
Where can I find it?
YouTube. You type in UNCF Wars. It aired on January 27th at 8 o'clock on BET. I remember because it had 7. You know, I told you 7. On August 7th, I graduated college. The college I didn't want to go to on May 7th. We're filming on September 7th, and the show came out on January 27th. So when I see that number, it's like a good check-in for me. I know things gonna be all right.
Yeah, number of completion. Like that.
Amen. Look at that boy was raised right.
My number is 4.
Oh, okay.
Really?
I get it. Man, you've had some very surprising situations.
Yes,
like a lot of
always.
Big surprises.
Out of nowhere, always.
Did you think that you would go this route in your life? Being an R&B singer, being this, advanced in your career, being known like this, being this explosive?
Not after my grandma passed, no.
So she really was like the center stone for your life.
I ain't having a direction anymore. I was always told what to do. It was very it's like who Beyonce is now. She grew into, I'm just using her name, but I can imagine she's now the boss and she don't play and you're going to pay me this. But you probably didn't have that type of confidence at the beginning. Because Matthew is right there. You ain't got to worry. When you got Daddy here to oversee, you could chill. And that's how she was. She was my Joe Jackson. She ain't doing that. Who said something to you? What? Oh, that wasn't good enough. Go practice, and then when I finish watching Little House on the Prairie, come back. By the end of this episode, you're going to sing it again, and then I'm going to tell you if it's good enough.
That was your grandma?
Yeah, like a drill sergeant. Then I'll tell you if it's good enough to sing Sunday. I'm going to tell you what to do.
Okay.
She didn't play that stuff at all, so without somebody else being right there, I was like, right or left? You know, like, do I want to do it? No, I became very indecisive because she was always there.
Yeah.
So it definitely grew me up. I didn't think I would ever get back to music like that until after that, but that BET stuff kind of just opened a portal and it kind of forced me. I'm glad I didn't know who I was singing with from the beginning. I'm also glad that I didn't know it was going to be televised in front of millions of people. Because had I known, I wouldn't have done it in that time.
Yeah.
I wasn't Diamonique Jackson then. I wasn't going to do it.
Whew. Going out there performing. I remember when I had to,
Crazy.
like, yeah, when I mean, I never had to do nothing like that, but doing public speaking and stuff like that, your first time going in front of a crowd of people, so I can just imagine.
A teleprompter, and when it aired, the teleprompter stopped.
Ooh,
I practiced in rehearsal. Like, they told me, I said, well, how they know? They said, there are people down there that trained to press it. You know, they're pressing the words down at the speed. They're trained to know the speed of how your rhythm you're talking.
Okay.
So I was the very first face you see when the award show come on. Like, hi, my name is Diamonique Jackson. You know, like, I'm reading the teleprompter and then it blacks out for like maybe 2 seconds. But 2 seconds when there's a
pause.
Thousands of people, to the point I didn't know what else was written down for me, you know. So, you know, while at university, and then I lost my grandmother and my best friend, blah, 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 XYZ. And you can see on camera, I just, to not play it off, I just take a breath. I said, and I went on because they had caught up. It had caught up, then it started going fast. But yeah, so then I said, you know, remember the bound is the Lord, not yours, it's the Lord's. And then it came on. So yeah, the pressure was on for sure.
I know that's right.
Yeah, but everybody else was so nice to me though. Eric Benet, he was sweet. He came up to me. The agent, you could have a temporary agent for every award show. Right. And they was like, that's your agent. She was like, Eric Benet want to see you. I said, who? I said, where he at? And she said, he's been watching you in rehearsal. She said, but the light's so bright, I couldn't see who was out there. Yeah. I said, he want to see me? She said, yeah, come on. And he was like, hey, I'm Eric Benet. And in my mind, I'm like, you know, I know who you are. Right. He said, I'm Eric Benet. He said, you have a beautiful voice. I was like, oh my God, get this man to Jesus Christ. He looked so good. I was like, oh, yeah, I think it's about the man. But it was a lot of, they were nice. Anthony Anderson, these are the people who really spent time with me. Ricky Minor, I went to the Jay Leno show. They shouted me out. Ricky Minor's band was playing for that show at the time. Wow. It was just a world of its own. And then they booked me again. They flew me out to New York to sing at the UNCF. The galas they do in different cities. It was in New York. Then they flew me out again in Dallas. So it was a ride. It was a ride.
Who's the I guess the person you met where you was like really starstruck?
I've been around so many. The person I met, but I didn't have a personal encounter with her. But I was sitting behind her. That was Angela Bassett.
Oh,
that was in 2019. She got booked to host Lettucey's book. She released a book in LA. And I bought the tickets, and out of all the places, you know how my life, unexpected, they only had one seat left, and it was right behind Angela Bassett. And I just remember trying to teach myself how to breathe again. Like, I was like, I didn't want to breathe too loud behind her. I was like, oh, snap. But she was cool. That's why I couldn't talk. That's one of my ones that probably, when I meet her, you will probably get a little like, oh, shoot. And Gabrielle Union, too. Okay. Now, I was kind of, because that's my girl, too. Right. I'm a 90s R&B, 90s girl, 90s actress, the Nia Longs, so now, like, those my girls. Them my sisters in my head. Yeah. So when I met her, she was like, hey. But she made me feel so comfortable. She was like, hey, beauty, what's up? I was like, hey. I was like, hey. And she was like, where you from? I said, Memphis. She said, oh, okay. She said, so what you doing out here? What's up? But she was so cool. And I was like, well, I want to sing, you know. She was just like, you ready? And I was like, for what? She said, you ready for it? She said, when it takes off, it takes off. I said, I'm ready. And she just gave me this smile. She said, cool. She said, now spell your name. And yeah, she shook my hand, and that was it. But I was like panting a little bit. I was like, because she's so pretty in person, like poreless skin. I was like, oh my God, this is my girl.
That's cool. That's cool. Meeting somebody that you like, your idol, somebody that you.
Yeah, well, I don't say my idol, favorite actress and stuff. And then, I mean, even Yolanda Adams sang singing that song every Sunday, not knowing that I was practicing for something that came 15 years later. I was like, and what are the odds? Nobody told me the song.
Right.
Like,
right.
so I couldn't even be prepared for rehearsal.
That's crazy.
And then it's the one song that you know. Like, she could have picked anything. So I knew everything. That was like my grandma and
Right.
the checklist of life saying, I'm still, you know what to do. It's like she was still guiding me. I know you feel lost, but I told you to practice this one song. And I'm not here, but I'm here, you know.
And I like that because, like, here on the Universal Star Podcast, we like to kind of, we zero in on how people think, right? And so with you and your grandma's situation, her basically being your guide while she was here, you do feel like maybe she was your guide after she was gone, and you kind of maybe embodied who she were?
Yeah, 'cause I'm strong like her now. Even when I didn't feel it, I know I'm real tough like her.
Yeah.
That mindset, it was her mindset that I admired. I think that's why I like the women I like the Angela Bassett's. Whether it's acting, because I do acting as well, whether I'm acting or singing, I know I like the strongest, like the toughest in the room. Like, favorite singer is Whitney Houston, she a Leo and fiery. Favorite actress, Angela Bassett, she a Leo, she fiery. You know, everybody they dominate in their sphere. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's how I looked at my grandmother. A tough, bad, I don't know if I can cuss, I ain't gonna cuss, bad ass woman.
You could,
you know, I could, because she was a bad ass and she didn't take no stuff, and she was just that, like, what's up?
Right, right.
So I definitely, I feel her in me now.
Was it anybody that you met that you really didn't like? I know you probably won't want to say it on camera.
I won't say that name, but
you gotta say that name.
Yeah, no, I promise I'm not gonna say that name because it's connected to so much. But yeah, there was somebody that I deeply admired, and I thought when I met her, I was gonna get those butterflies, and she was a little rude. To me. She was rude to me, and I was like, it was more heartbreaking because I
want to know who it is.
I'll tell you when the cameras go off.
Okay.
Yeah, but not while they rolling.
All right, cool.
Yeah, she was rude. She was very nasty. But I was warned before I met her. They told me she was like that.
You trying to guess?
I'm trying to. Yeah. Tell me afterwards. I'm
for sure
let you
tell
know who
you.
I think it is. Then you let me know who.
Okay, say less.
So 2019.
Okay.
You landed landed on Billboard music charts. Toast Up.
Yeah, for the rest of our lives. Yes.
Wow.
That's it.
I didn't get a chance to listen to Toast Up.
That's crazy, because that's the one.
Crazy.
That's the one that put me on that level. You know that.
That was the song that did it?
Yeah, that's the one that got on Billboard. That was my first Billboard record.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how did that, your first Billboard record, when they told you, hey, you made it? When
my manager at the time was like, he said, have you Googled yourself today? And I said, why would I do that? That's weird.
Oh, that's surprising.
No. It's always like the people always throwing me off. They always throwing me off my game.
Right.
And I said, why would I do that? And he said, Google yourself and call me back. And he hung up. And then it's always like a game or something. Like, just tell me.
It seemed like a real passive ready too. Like, you going with Yolanda Adams. Like, it ain't,
everybody talking to me like this, and then like I ain't got anxiety. I'm like, hold on. I'm anxiety one-on-one. I'm like, let me know what's coming up next. A, B, C, D, you know. But it's my life be A to Z.
I see.
And I Googled myself, and then it was like these articles. It was like Toast Up this and HBCU Connect this, and then it was like Billboard New Indicator or something. And I was like, so I'm looking at it, and I said, so I called him back. I said, what is this? I was like, because the song had only been out 3 weeks.
Right.
But it was just a good song, and it was catching fire. Like, even before we even promoted it, it was just, it was taught. It was like, this song, right? Diamond, what? You wrote this? You know.
Right.
And I was on Billboard with Chris Brown. Ella May had booed up at the time, which was one of the hottest records to compete with, but we would keep switching on the charts. It would be she number one, and then I'm number three, and then I'm number one. It was switched daily, but even to come out the gate competing with somebody who had she was a new artist, but she had the biggest record at that booed up it got so many millions of views, it's insane on YouTube. So Yeah, that was different. that was crazy.
So you was going ahead. So I'm trying to think at that time because I remember when Booed Up came out.
That was 19.
19.
19, yeah. Then my record came out January of 2019.
Okay. What about your family? How do they, take your success? Do they support you?
They do. Some do. Some do. I wouldn't say all support in some form.
Okay.
But when you get grown, it ain't 40 of them showing up at the talent show no more.
Right.
Everybody got lives, but I will say I do come from a supportive family.
Okay.
Yeah, that they got my back.
Because I would think so, especially where you are now. Like you're not just doing little shows. You major.
It's coming there. Even the ones that don't come out to the shows. When I accomplish something, they're gonna cuss. Everybody
Right.
they love that cuss. Everybody love a good cuss. When you winning, they be saying, "That's my cousin right there." Or I do a little viral video or something. Go to, oh, she got a news article, cousin with a bunch of M. I'm like, you need to get your out the house and support in Manhattan.
I'm telling you.
And that. That's what you need to do. But I stay gracious. It's a lot of thoughts in my brain. It's always a production. But I just tell them thank you and, heart it and keep on.
I'm telling you. You got to be strong, especially doing what you're doing. Because you may not, I've been through that, you may not get the support that you want. And so but that support is like, it is a push. It helps mentally kind of get you to the next level. So if you don't have that, so like, where do you think you go to, where do you go to even prepare to do an album, to do music? What's your process?
Every process looks different because I'm changing. Like I said, my project Toxic, I was in a very hurt place. But you'll usually see, because everything, the colors and everything reflect that. Like Toast Up was orange with champagne glaze, because that's how I was feeling. Like,
right.
Ooh, we toast up for the rest of our lives. And then Toxic, the album was black and dark. And that was where I hate to say, that's where my spirit was, dating the person and still messing with a person, but you writing this song, cussing them out on the other song. Like one of my favorite songs from the album is Manipulator. Right. That's why I felt like that was happening in that situation. And even, I just think I made that project, it was so much about that one person. I was dressing like him because that's how he dressed. So I got on a brown hat, like Tweet with black shape, but that's how he used to dress. And he, we argued one time. He said, "You think you Tweet or something?" He said something like that, and I had to.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
Now tell me.
I just went to Atlanta and Tweet opened up.
Yeah.
You remind me of Tweet. That's who you remind me of.
I think that's why he dated me. Him and Tweet used to have a thing.
Yeah, she cool.
I'm
yeah. Yeah.
Oh God.
I can see that. So he said,
I don't think it was a secret, but don't be going looking up under his name. You'll find his name. But anyway, it wasn't no secret. He told me, so it ain't no secret. They used to have a thing, but I didn't know that till later on. Some things you don't find out. So I was like, we got to some argument one night. He was like, "You think you tweeted something?" And then, that was kind of around. I'm like, why you pick her name?
Right.
Out of all the names. So later on, one of the background singers in LA, they was like, "You know the dude?" She was like, "You know him, I said, "No, I don't know." And they was like, she like him, it was a little thing. They weren't together, but they talked.
Right.
And I said, that's why he picked me. I'm a vibe that's reminiscent. But it was funny, after we argued and I left the house, 2 weeks later, who I get a call the same background for? Tweet. So it's like everything negative he tried to say. I'm so thankful he set me up. The universe kept turning the thermostat in my favor.
Yeah.
So then I took my picture with it. I had to put it on Facebook. I'm like, look at the one you had.
Don't you love when the universe works right in your favor?
Right. Yeah, I'm like, you something about being jealous and you think you tweet. Look at her. Look at us in Hollywood. Jeez. Hey, big sis.
Right in his face.
Yeah. Now I'm singing and doing my thing with her. So yeah.
When you met her, did you understand then what he was?
Yep. Yeah, because I never compared myself to or thought about it, but when I got in her essence, she was real comfortable around me. She's a comfortable person, period, but she was like, "Diamond, where you from?" And I was like, "Memphis." She was just smiling and you know, sitting by me in rehearsals and stuff. Like it was cool. You would have thought we were cousins. But when I looked at her, them little tight eyes, pretty smile, brown skin, I said, oh,
Yep.
this was the closest thing he got to eat. I'm like, this is why this man dated me. He came with a vengeance when he said, he went through a couple people to get to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he went through another young lady. He was like, I need to see her. You know, I want to work with her. You know how that go. But yeah.
Wow.
Fun times.
Yeah. And how long ago was this?
We dated after Toast Up, 2019, 2020. You know, a couple cutoffs, couple running back.
Oh,
I think the last time I seen him was 2021.
Okay.
Before I moved from LA and then went on tour. I was like, you know, one more time, and I was like, this ain't gonna work. Then I went on tour. It's like every time I went away, it got better and better.
I know that's right. And shout out to Tweet too. Shout out to
Tweet. Yeah, I love her. She became one of my favorite artists. Just singing background for her at that time. I was like, dang, this girl got an ear.
The crazy part about it, she was the opener out of all them artists, but she was the best one to me. Yeah, she was the best one. BGV appearance, Afro Pump with Duran Minar in 2020.
Duran Minar, that's my guy. Yeah.
Yeah. So what was that? What is BGV?
Background vocalist. It's just a short,
okay.
you know, shorthanded entertainment.
So you was a background vocalist.
You can go on there. It's on YouTube. Afro Punk 2020. Duran Minar. And I didn't know how big he was. But
I didn't either.
I didn't know until I got out into the world, and then people was like, oh my God. Then we made the Shade Room or something. They was like, Diamond. All the college folks was like, Diamond, I see you, girl. And then the cousin. I said, you ain't even checked on me since I've been out. You don't know if I'm under a bridge. You don't know where I'm at.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like you reminded me of stuff that I've done. It's been so much. I'm having a good time. But
And I didn't want to send you the questions.
I'm glad you did it because I'm enjoying this with you. Not being prepared, you doing what other people do to me, not being prepared, surprises. But yeah, I met Duran Minar. I used to sing at the Juice Joint in Hollywood. That's like the famous open mic thing. They have the Juice, but the new one the original is in Hollywood. That's where I used to be. And I met Duran Minar while singing background for Tweet. He was late because he was coming back from overseas with Erykah Badu. They had something to do. So it was me and Lamar Lyons, shout out to him in Nashville. And I was like, all the time, you don't know who's going to be booked. I was booked through him. Right. So he was like, dang, we thought we was going to have 3 people. And then he came in, I'm sorry, y'all, the flight was late. I'm ready. What we doing? That's how Duran, like, he on the room.
Right.
He elevates any room he's in. So he told me then, he was like, you got a sound. He was like, when I get back from this tour with Badu, and it's time for me to do my thing, he said, I'm going to call you. But again, Hollywood talk. Okay, I see you. One time, now I'm staying on Crenshaw. And I'm like, I get a FaceTime. You know how I said, maybe people may know this could be so-and-so?
Yeah.
And it was like Duran, but now I'm like, somebody playing on my phone. So I declined it. And my homeboy, he said, damn, if you don't answer this phone, he said, this Duran on the line. Open it up. And I said, that was him. So I was getting out the shower. I was like, oh. So I said, hey. And he had just dropped his first album, which is really dope. And he was like, Diamond, I told you I was coming back. He was like, so what you doing tonight? I said, nothing. He said, let's practice in my apartment in Hollywood. And he said, I want you to be one of my vocalists for the show.
Right.
Afro. We was in the pandemic, right? Yeah. Because we had to do all, the setup, and it was crazy. Yep. But it was cool. That's my guy.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, I still got his phone number. It never changes. And he's good people, real good people.
Do they really have, like, is the Hollywood talk thing is real? Like, they'll say that and, hey, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and they never.
Yeah. Everything's, it's moving so fast out there. You have good intention.
Right.
It's been some people I've looked like, here, video, I'm going to need you for my video. Then I end up filming a whole short film of an album. I'm like, I forgot about him. You're meeting people daily, and it's like, oh, you'll film it, let's do it.
Yeah.
So, but it's true. You don't mean no harm. It's just moving at a different rate.
Okay. I got you.
That's it.
Because the first thing I thought about was Martin.
What happened?
When he went on the Varnell Hill show, but he told him that he was gonna bring him out. He gonna have him on the show. But when he got there, it was like No, man, it's just Hollywood talk. We don't mean that.
But sometimes it is like that, you know.
Yeah.
So you train so you won't get hurt. It's a defense mechanism. It's like, I'm gonna call you when Beyonce come. Like you said, I'm gonna call you when I get out tour with Badu, and I'm like, you're all over the country right now. Y'all in Europe and stuff. Like, you ain't gonna think about me
Right.
when you get back in 2 months. But he did. He was like, I want you, and I was like, okay. So we done that, and then I've done some other work for him. But he's fun to work with. We had fun. We had fun. Like, it's like a kickback rehearsal. Like
You'll work with him again? You'll go back with him?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Working with so features or people that you worked with in the past.
Okay.
What would you say like your best time, your most creative and best time that you had?
With celebrities?
Yeah. With somebody you work with.
Okay, both.
Whether it's a producer or a singer.
Who I make the best me? Oh, this just sounds so bad. I love all the producers I work with, but my favorite producer, well, we have good chemistry in writing hits. That's who I wrote Toast, created Toast Up with, Charles Streeter.
Charles Streeter.
From Memphis.
Okay.
Charles Streeter is my favorite, like who we make the best. It's like that Mary J to Diddy. Like, she could work with anybody, but we know when she with him, we know we coming out the gate. That's my favorite person to work with in that. There's others. Duran is my most fun. I say my most fun boss, because anytime you book, like when I'm booking you for me now, I'm the boss. Right. He was my most fun, but it's not tight around him at all. He don't like tight.
Yeah.
You got to be free yourself. He being himself. Sometimes we come to rehearse, he got on a bathrobe. Sometimes he might get on a bathrobe and a hat. I think that's what he had on the first time I came. I was like, oh, he at home, chill. I'm like, you got people coming over. Y'all ready to rehearse?
Yeah.
He be doing stuff random. I'm like,
that's another thing I heard that they do on purpose.
What?
Just to kind of, I guess, make everybody comfortable. They may come out with a shirt off or just,
like the Jay Leno show, before you film and you see all those happy faces. Yeah. First of all that stuff ain't happy. It was raining. We was up in that. We were in the line for 3 hours. What's happy about that? And it was a strange day in LA where it's raining. It never rains.
It never rains.
Right? But then one of the people, this is how small Hollywood is though. One of the people in line saw me. He was singing background for me for the London, which later I saw him on This Is It, Michael Jackson, which I'm like, Michael Jackson background, sing a song background for me, that's crazy. Right. You'll see when you watch the video, he had a bald head, the guy, black guy.
Okay.
And he saw me because he was singing background for the Jay Leno show. He said, you gotta sing in 2 days. He was like, it was just raining on my head. But we didn't want to lose our place, so it was just, he said, you gotta sing, you can't do that. He was like, He talked to the producer. He said, He said, get her out of there. She's singing. They were looking at me like, who is that? They said, she's singing on BET with Yolanda Adams in 2 days. He said, get her out of that rain. And they was like, oh, sorry. And then everybody's like, oh, sorry, come on, follow me. And everybody in line just looking like.
Yeah.
So it's, I will say it's clicky. When you're in. But once you get in, it's time to move. Remember, I moved out there with no family or friends. So I had to start from scratch and build a career, and I ended up playing myself in the same rooms as people who was born and raised in LA, just from character and being around the right people.
I heard of the stories all the time where people just pack up and just move to LA, not really knowing what's gonna happen and pursuing their dreams. So this is my first time sitting in front of somebody that's got that same story. Damn, that people really do that.
Now I had a job though. Hold on, let me not see. LA ain't the 90s no more. Or you want to come in there and look. Now if you want that whole struggle and all this car under the bridge, that's fine. And then you go get a membership to Planet Fitness so you can shower daily. A lot of the models do that. I'm telling you how the game go now. I'm telling you, you get that membership $10 or $20, whatever it is now.
Yeah.
That's how they shower and they'll work out. Most of the models be doing that until they get on. You got to do what you got to do when you're living in them cars. But thankfully, I did not have to live in my car in LA because I had a job. Right. So I did have to move in 3 days, but I had a job. She was like, if you don't move here in 3 days, I'm going to give the job to somebody else. So that was a risk. She could have changed her mind. So I had just bought a new car. I had put all the miles. I drove from Memphis to
LA.
LA.
Wow. Memphis to LA, that's like almost a
27 hours. Yes.
See, I couldn't even whistle.
I had to do it because I didn't want to leave my new car down here,
Yeah. Do you have any kids?
No, I don't. I don't have children.
Okay. I can see you.
That's why I could jump like that too. Because
And I'm the same way. I don't have any kids. So.
Yeah, so you know how we go.
Yeah.
Gone. Gone.
I'm bad with riding anything after like 8 hours. I'm like I can't do it.
I'm fine.
But I just started doing like 12. I go back and forth to Orlando. So
After I drove to LA twice, there and back by myself.
yeah. Wow.
I don't want to. That was it. I drove enough for a lifetime.
I know this right.
I ain't doing it no more. I'm not driving from here to LA. I'm not even driving halfway by myself no more.
Right, but you don't have to no more.
I don't have to.
Yeah, you got a little change.
We still grinding now.
Yeah, we can just,
because as an artist, you always reinvest. You make a lick, and then it's like, oh, we got to pay for promotions. And then that's why I be scared to release singles. And every time I release a single, I'm like, dang, some more money? No, you gotta promote it. You got to promote it. So
exactly.
But I'm grateful though.
Well, we're gonna get into the segment of the podcast where we it's called a deep dive. Where we try to understand how you think. So I'm finna ask you some questions.
Lord Jesus. Let me sit up.
Yeah, it's time.
How deep you gonna go? Oh God.
It ain't real deep, but it's gonna make you think a little bit.
Oh, okay.
All righty. So first question. All right. So you're curating the ultimate R&B dream concert.
Right.
Right. So living or dead, your headliner. Who's on the line? Hold on, I ain't even worded it right. Let's see. Hold on. You're curating the ultimate R&B dream concert, and you the headliner. Who else is on the lineup?
On the lineup, I gotta have Missy Elliott because I gotta have Missy Elliott. She got her own hits and she produced a lot of hits. I like dual enrollment.
Right.
Toni Braxton, I gotta have in there. Legendary. I need that legendary sound. Who else would I have? SWV, they gotta be with me. Cause they make everybody feel like they home girls.
Dang, you making me. I'm gonna go make a playlist. Go ahead.
And I show up. I like Escape too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Escape. They came with it. And who else do I look at? Shantae Moore. I gotta have her because the whistle tones alone.
Man.
So it's just that's a good gumbo mix of legendary soul, R&B, feel, funk, ground.
That's dope. I would actually go to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. And I have to close with Whitney because she's the mother. She's the mother. Although she was on the brink of R&B and pop, she still has some stuff like Shoot. Shoot. Everyone falls in love sometimes. Like that. What?
Yeah.
That soundtrack for women, that was like the Black Woman National Anthem. If you've been hurt, going through love and relations, how it make us feel, and behind the scenes, all of them were beautiful to the surface, but everybody had a thing.
Right.
This one dealing with, she don't think she's worried outside of love unless it's attached to somebody else's husband. She just want a little bit. This one workaholic, so she don't mind doing it. Everybody had a twang, loneliness with Loretta, and
Right.
But the soundtrack was like spoke to what we go through and love. So I would want Whitney to get that R&B and it's not right, it's not okay, like. So maybe not, and I will always love you, but those R&B, she has some R&B pockets that they roll. So yeah, that would be my gumbo concert of R&B.
I think one of my favorite, the one that came to mind when you were saying that was Whitney Houston and what's that? Who else she was on there? It's a song. It was her, Kelly Price.
All I really wanted was some of your time.
Yeah.
Make what you do to me. Yeah.
Girl, you got some vocals.
Yeah. That's another one. You said you'll be home by what? 9?
Yeah.
You ain't here. And then she said, Friday night you told me you was going out to eat. She said, hold on. If 6 of y'all went out, then 4 of you were really cheap. Because only 2 of you had dinner. I found the credit card receipt. Like, no, you're not doing math in the song and got me. You're not confused.
I gotta go back and listen to the song.
Because he lied, said like 6 of me and the homeboy went out. She said, if 6 of y'all went out, then 4 of y'all was really cheap. So now we're down to 2, which is him and the girl. Because only 2 of you had dinner. I found your credit card receipt. I found it, and it was only. What other 6 people had? He was out cheating on me. But it's not right, but it's okay, because I'm going to make it with or without you.
What crazy. First of all, why would you say it was 6 of y'all?
Cause you gonna say, that's how they do. He Bobby Brown, the king of R&B. I'm out hanging with the.
She wasn't talking about Bobby, what?
Yeah, she was talking about Bobby because she came in on the movie, both of their movies, this show, where she came in, women started calling and all that little stupid stuff, and she was like, so then she started questioning, got jealous because we're human, we have emotions, and like, where you been? I've been on tour and I'm going to come home to see my husband. You ain't here. I'm asking the maids and stuff. They ain't seen my husband. Where you at? Oh, I'm just out with the guy. I'm Bobby Brown, the king of R&B.
Yep.
King need to get home.
Yep.
Home.
I'm about to go back and listen to that one. That was.
But I didn't get the math until I was confused as a child because I was like 6 minus 4, 4 y'all. On the 2 of y'all had dinner. Wait. Found credit cards on the one credit card. Baby, she walked you down. 6, 4, 2, 1. Get your sound. Yeah, because you playing with me, but I'm going to make it anyway.
I know that's right.
And this that addictive Santa. Boom, 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 boom. It's making you think. I'm like a trivia. Boom, 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 boom. It's for you, cheap. Wait, she thinking. Boom, 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 boom. Wait a minute. Then I found it. Boom, boom, boom. Conversation. Boom, she got it.
Yep.
Go back and listen to it, y'all.
I remind me when we get in the car. Remind me. Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, you're gonna be like that. What the hell?
You hear you don't. A lot of times you don't catch stuff until you get grown. I go back and listen to all old stuff now, and I really listen to the lyrics. Like, wow.
We were hearing them, but we didn't understand. We didn't understand. You didn't experience. Once you experienced, I'm like, well, he did lie and tell me when he got off work. Hold on, and you get off at 5, you can get home to 9. A couple of them hours a little shy. You think differently, yeah.
Before I ask you the next question.
Oh Lord, what happened?
Oh, well, it's.
What happened?
Are you the type that does that? Do you go check the mileage and estimate the time,
Marcus.
the distance? Yeah. You sound just like
I met her too. I took acting class from her. She crazy. I love her. Shout out to Sasha Smith. I love her. She cool. Am I that type?
Are you that type? Yeah.
Not no more.
Not no more.
No, I'm a crazy lover though, unfortunately. But I don't because I'm so busy now. I don't really do all of that. But I'm still, my eyes are open.
Right.
Don't think because I'm sitting there traveling Little Rock, I don't know what's going on.
Right.
Because I always know. And I'm a praying woman too. So anything that I don't know, when I start feeling uneasy, when I pray about it, one of your Aries friends, I prayed or something. Yeah, I prayed. And I said, God, show me which woman this man talking to. I literally said it. And then I went to the woman thing and it was a reel and I saw his hand with the tattoo on his forearm. I said, now hold on, February 26th, you didn't come to my show.
Dang.
At the women's thing in Memphis.
Boy.
You told me you was in Vegas. But this woman was in Vegas on the 26th. Only 2 of you had dinner. I found a credit card receipt. You see how that works?
Yeah.
Then I had to send. I said, "This wasn't you, was it? This ain't that flames on your arm." Look at you. So you said you got them arms, so you got to be careful with that.
Yeah.
That's how they catch criminals.
Yeah, I'm
So if you was my
careful.
man, I know immediately. I'd be like, "Oh no."
I can't get away with nothing.
Baby, I look at that arm. You better wear sweaters 365 days of the year. I be checking stuff left and right. But I'm not super anal. But it's only when my discernment tells me you're doing something. If you start doing something, I'ma pray. But God does stuff on His time.
Yeah.
Right.
But the problem is Diamond be wanting on. My problem is when I want it.
But it ain't just out of nowhere. Like.
Oh hell no! I ain't got time. I got one man. I got moves to make.
Okay.
We got meats and stuff. I ain't got nothing to do that.
Right.
I ain't babysitting no grown man. But if I love you and you're showing me signs, I'ma look at you. I'm like, nah, he was drinking that water. When we dated, he started drinking other water. You ain't got another taste of something. It makes me think. But I'm a smooth criminal. I don't say nothing, but I watch everything.
Right. When
I'm telling you, please, this is a dead giveaway in relationship. Know that I already know. Like I said, you went over at Key House Thursday night, weren't you? I already rolled by and saw your car and knew you were there. So just know that when I'm asking you questions, babe, where were you at that? Just know that's your easy antennas. Diamond knows something. Like when the Vegas thing, I said, this ain't your arm right here. And I sent them pictures. I said, that ain't your arms right there on that picture, right? With the flames on your left arm, is it? And then I get quiet, and that's what scares them.
Yeah, that's scary, man.
I can tell
you scare me now.
I can tell you got scared. You say, and then I just spread. That ain't my ear, kids. I ask questions like I already.
Yeah,
because I already looked at it and I saw when she was in Vegas on the day because it was my mama's birthday.
Yeah.
That was Pisces season, and you didn't come to my show, and you used a company. So you came to the Manhattan show before you went out of town with it, but you didn't come to that show.
You got all your ducks in a row for you.
I'm lined up because only 2 of you had dinner. I found the credit card. You got to listen to the ministry what I'm trying to tell you today.
Yeah.
Listen to what I'm saying. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm saying if you don't give me a reason to do it, I won't do it. That's what I'm saying.
And I believe in that because I know the energy when it's about to get dark. I can feel that energy. That pause.
Yeah, and I'm a person. I have dominant energy. So you know when I'm happy, it's very flowing. If I'm mad, you can feel it. Every change is extremist. So when I'm hot, I can be like this, but you will feel it. You like how you get scared in that chair, and I saw it in your eye. Yeah. Because I'm not playing, and I should be smiling, and this one really make it. I'm like, I don't just carry crazy. So yeah, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Gotta go right now. Gotta go.
All right, before you scare the daylight, so let me go to the next question.
Yeah, let's go to lighter thing. Oh no, this is the deep dive, huh? Bikini bottom question. Go ahead. Here.
Nephew, we still good? All right.
Nephew over there chilling, popping that gun. Okay, what's up?
Imagine you could only perform one of the songs for the rest of your life. Which one would you choose and why?
I gotta choose Toast Up because it's saying let's toast up for the rest of our lives. Like It's a vibe. It's vibrating love, and I feel like that's the highest pillar. That's the highest thing that we can experience while we're here on earth.
Right.
Is love. Like that's the most beautiful thing. Whether you're getting married or like nothing feels as high as that. Nothing. Nothing feels as good as having your person. But that's not Toast Up. I'm not married, but I think it's been so many people that got married to my song, and they send it to me on their wedding day, and I'm like, what a gift. God can give me the gift to write something like that for other people, and they let me know my time is gonna come eventually. Exactly. Hopefully.
And you know what you want. Like you.
I do know what I want.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay.
I know what I want.
And Toast Up, I gotta make sure I put that in my playlist too, because I gotta.
That's the one. That's so funny. He went around the word, but I like that you know the cuts.
Yeah.
I want you to hear Manipulator, Toast Up, and the new record is Reminisce.
Okay, I got you. I got you on all that. Let's see. If your music were the soundtrack to a movie, what kind of movie would it be?
Tox Tales would be Waiting to Exhale.
Okay.
Because of all of them was going through some toxic. Either laying with this one married, laying with this one divorced, laying with this one got a baby on the way, but you better,
Who would play the leading role?
Who would play me?
You would play it?
What?
Outside of you. Outside of you.
I'm not saying me. Taraji, somebody hot like me, fiery.
Yeah. Okay.
Crazy. Talented, beautiful, crazy, all together.
The perfect person. Yeah.
Taraji, I can see like the song I got Manipulators coming in. I played off Aretha, you're no good, heartbreaker. You're a liar and so I come in, you was a liar, manipulator, should've known better, left sooner than later. You had my heart all the way, ignored all the flags, a losing game. Like, I called it because that's how it is when you're in love. Hindsight is 20/20, you're like, damn, that was the sign I should've left you then, but you don't see, we don't pay attention to it. So I see Taraji coming in, telling him off like that, like, yeah, Jody. Yeah, but Toast Up would be the soundtrack to some. I don't know. That's the soundtrack of my life. I feel like I manifest through my music. When I wrote Toast Up, I got on Billboard. He kept giving me. The universe kept giving me opportunities to Toast Up. I kept celebrating stuff back to back. You're this number on Music Choice. Oh, you got these amount of spins. Oh my God, you just hit 2.5 million streams. Like it kept providing me reasons, to Toast Up. And now I got Reminisce. I just feel up tour. I got a lot of stuff coming up from now to the end of the year. A lot of music releasing. I got another album coming out, and it's just becoming the year to reminisce. And another tour pending. So it's like every time I write something, it's making me reminisce on my own life, others too. So
dope.
It's a dope gift to have.
Dope. I love it.
Thank you.
You better make sure you keep me informed on these tour dates and
will.
Yeah.
Because I want you in there seeing me act up.
And even if it's out of town somewhere, because I actually love going. If it's somewhere like in Dallas, Houston, Atlanta, somewhere, let me know.
I'm gonna have to, because that Dallas show, I think that was my favorite show of the whole tour. Dallas energy was insane.
I love it.
They had me swinging my braids around like I ain't never done that. I was like, what the hell, you all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had me acting up.
Let me ask you this: if so let's say you could go back in time and be featured on any classic R&B song, which song would it be?
Just one.
And what would your verse and part sound like? But yeah, what song would it be?
Oh, now that's deep.
Yeah, we can. The more questions, it get a little deeper.
My God, what?
You probably got like one more question after this, but
For the, I would have to say Ladies' Night. Because this is Ladies' Night, around this time.
Okay.
First of all, they bit off a classic, because that's not the original. That's one. So, but I like stuff like that when you do it right. But I mean, what kind of collabs that we had? Lil' Kim, Christina Aguilera, Missy, right? And I'm missing somebody. Maya. And they were.
Maya was on that one.
Maya was on that doing the kids stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she was on that one. She was on that one in the video. It was the four of them. The lineup was four,
Right.
and then Missy Elliott was in the back doing her thing.
Was Pink on that one? Pink one on that one.
Pink was on that one.
She was on that. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pink was. Dang, she was. But you hear how eclectic that lineup is? They were all dominating in two different things. Lil' Kim was at her highest. Maya had to take me there from Nickelodeon that ended up shooting to a one from a kids thing. Take me there when number one. Christina Aguilera, we already know she was the white girl that was killing stuff. She was invited to the cookout.
Right.
Pink had that get the party started on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
But that was reaching the masses on both sides, which pop usually does, right? And then Missy Elliott always behind the board on the biggest hits.
Right.
So you got to select, Diamonique Jackson. If that's what we're gonna do, I need that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to do it by myself. I want to do it with women who are, striving after the same thing, be at the top.
I can tell you're very musically inclined because you came right off the top with it, Elsa. You already kind of.
I'm a thinker. It's my line. Yeah. Yeah, I'm deep in there. I'm in the RAM. I'm in the RAM.
I know. I see.
For real.
Let's see. It's probably gonna be the last one. So you're stuck on a desert island with only 3 albums. None of them can be your own. What you listening to?
That's hard. I'm gonna pick Whitney because that's my favorite vocalist. I like her voice. I like her voice, and yeah, she's good. But it will be the Whitney album that I run. Everybody's favorite is And I Will Always Love You. That's a great record, but my favorite emotionally is Run to You. What? I want to run to you. Tell me, will you stay or will you walk away? What? That whole album, she just gave it to me.
Right.
So that's one. Believe it or not, I would like to hear Selena Johnson's album. We forget about her in the R&B pocket. That's the singer of Guess What?
Yeah.
Yeah, but she has a volume 1 with a lot of stuff. I didn't know the album was good until recently. They're doing the Cadillac Chronicles right now where they riding and singing in the cars, and she was singing some stuff. I'm like, damn, that's good.
Right.
But I wasn't there yet to receive it. So it made me go back. I was like, that was an R&B album, sultry and warmth, and that was good. The third one, I would have to pick Luther's album. Yeah, because of the context of, he painted the pictures in the most simplistic way to me.
Right.
With a chair is still a chair. Everything he says, I can see it. Even there's no words one sitting there. Those pictures would never leave my mind. Then never too much. Perfect dance songs, relationship. It's just perfect. So yeah, I'm a classic girl. So most time you ask me, people, it's gonna be the OGs. Yeah.
It's funny you said that Luther, because I was listening to when I think of a song, I can't never think of the name.
It's all right.
Your guitar, it sounds so. Oh, darling.
What song
I'm trying to
is
get
it?
to the chorus. I can't get to the chorus.
We ain't in the right key. It's now and then I call your name.
That's it.
Suddenly your face appear. A crazy game with things. It ends in tears. What is it like the pretty little dollar? What's the
Don't you remember you told me you love me, baby?
Is it? No, or is it?
That's the
Tell me you'll
song.
be coming back. That's it.
Yeah.
Don't you remember you told me you love me, baby?
That's it.
Yeah.
It just-
Oh Lord, what?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you said you gonna come back again.
Man, I had to put that in my playlist the other day. Because I listened to it, it just hit, like, I heard the song 1,000 times, but it hit me that day. Like, hell, he
But
really...
you was hearing it in time where we wasn't there yet.
Yeah, yeah.
See, it's like a preacher, you know how they say, you gonna have to get that later.
Right, right.
Yeah, for real. That's how music is. Like when I'm listening to stuff and I'm like, I just wasn't there. Like I didn't listen to a lot of heartbroken music and songs until once I got my heart broke and I'm like, oh, that scene when Bernadine was in the bed like this, what I heard everywhere. She don't want to get up out this damn bed. This man took out my life. I'm like, until I was laid out like that, like what? Confused about life.
Right.
Because your eyes are never the same after you hurt. You always, they shift. But now I can listen to it and appreciate, not to get sad, but I'm like, dang, I remember feeling like that, like feeling like not gonna cry because you're not worth my tears, to a person you felt that was so worthy.
Right.
That's
right.
You got to go through it.
Got to.
I didn't really care for that song like that because it was just too sad. It sounded like a church song, like not gonna pop rock and pray.
Yeah.
A and B selection. Woo.
Right.
Yeah. But once I went through it, I was like, dang, because it stopped me from crying someday. But sometimes I listened to it and cried anyway. But I know after, it taught me like, get it out of you, but it's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Music can really teach you a lot. It can.
Universal language.
Yeah.
Universal language.
Everybody can relate on one song, even if we all speak different languages. But
Yeah.
you got to be the one through it to really feel the music, though.
And you know how I knew that was true, and I know this is all, I'm going to keep it short. When I was in Japan, I had the most spiritual moment when you said, we were singing this song. It's called Dwell in the House in English. Mm-hmm. And then when we sing it in Spanish, it's Yo estáis en la casa de Dios, which means that I may dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Mm. And I don't remember the Japanese translation because we learned it the day before. So it was like one of them things that was crammed.
Right.
But I remember being at the church and we were performing with our shoes off. Mm-hmm. Because they're very picky. They said the heels on the bottom of the ladies' shoes were putting tiny holes in the wood. So they asked us could we take our shoes off. We put it to the side, so here I am with stockings and we're praising the Lord.
Right.
And before we even got to the translated Japanese, Japanese language which we were in, that they were crying, and I remember everybody, black, Chinese, Korean, Japanese. It was all of us. It was a peace conference.
Right.
And I remember opening my eyes and everybody was worshiping, but in language. We were the only people who spoke English outside of the translator. Mm-hmm. And I remember everybody, like, they were speaking in tongues in all these languages, and it was just like this, it was like a roar just in different languages. And it reminds me of that story in the Bible, really, when they was arguing. That's how we got here, arguing. God got tired of that mess because he ain't a God of confusion. He pop! Everybody started saying, "What? Well, we ain't got nothing to argue about now. I can't. What the hell you talking about?" But it was the most spiritual thing when you said it doesn't. They didn't even know what we were saying yet. We hadn't even gotten to their translation and the feeling. I remember I was just crying because I had never seen anything like that. I'm like, "How you feeling this?" But how am I feeling? Y'all singing back to us, and what are you saying?
Right.
But I knew the presence of God was in that space.
Right.
So I know it's the universal, like nothing speaks to you. Like when you don't feel like talking to people, the music is with me. It's the safe haven of life for real.
What I understood was we don't actually speak. We sound out words. We have sound, but we communicate through frequency. So everybody was just on the same frequency at the time.
Yeah.
So
and
regardless of how,
worship
and I love that the fact that you said something about you went to Japan. Do they is English a language that they speak over there?
most of them speak about 3-4 language. You know, we're the only one. Americans are the only ones that kind of either single language or dual. They teach them double and triple languages coming up. So I'll say the percentage of what I remember in interactions was probably 60-40.
60-40.
60-40.
Okay.
There were some parts, I say in Tokyo, they're more progressive. Like,
Okay.
I mean, because it's more, it looks like New York, but
Yeah.
cleaner. A clean New York.
Oh, okay.
Nothing's on the ground. They're very ticky. You drop something, you get super fine. It look like you could eat on the floor. Like, I've never seen a place that clean,
Wow.
yet so overly populated. So in Tokyo, there were more English speaking places. Like, they got a Route 21 over there. I'm like, oh, look at that. And but in Hiroshima, which is a more industrial isn't the word, but it's a more rural, urban place. Like sometimes the toilets are on the ground.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I ain't use it over there. But all of that, they don't know how to speak no English. That was hard getting taxis because Uber and Lyft went out in 2013 over there, so we was getting taxis. So that was hard.
Wow. Well, you have a interesting life.
Very.
Yeah. This your first time. I definitely hope it ain't your last. Let the people know where they can find you, how they can look you up, and where to go find your music.
Boom, y'all. What's up? It's your girl, Diamonique Jackson.
Hold on. Let's make sure we on the camera. We still
Cool.
on camera? Right there.
That one right there. Boom. Let's try this again. And action. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Billboard chart and recording artist, Diamonique Jackson, multi-hyphenate, playwright, all that good stuff. I want you to keep up with me. Make sure you go follow me on Facebook at Diamonique Jackson. Not Dominique, okay? Diamonique, Diamonique Jackson. Instagram, I am Diamonique Jackson. Shout out to my manager, Kay, Sensational K. I don't know if you're going to put the camera on her, but boom, book your girl, okay?
Definitely.
Y'all ain't going to see me without her, okay? Love y'all. Peace.
Dig that. Dig that.
Get that music too.
Get the music.
Please.
Get the music. Is that camera still on? Okay. Get the oh, real quick. This episode is sponsored by H2O, Artichoke H2O. The best water on the market. None of those added preservatives and stuff they put in the water that's toxic. This is straight from the spring and it's in a canister. So it stays alkaline and it stays alive. This is good water, so definitely go pick this up. Dominique, I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you. This was fun. You good.
We try to make it fun. This is a comfortable platform where you can come and just talk.
Yeah, I feel good about it.
Yes, ma'am. Let me know those dates. Keep me informed.
For sure.
Yes, ma'am.
For sure.
And we'll see you back on the next episode.
Amen. Thank y'all. Thank you so much. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Oh, that's good.
My favorite cup of tea, it's like I'm spinning in ecstasy, yeah. I'm feeling so high, I just can't believe. Oh, I'm spinning in ecstasy. Just wanna know if you'll be down with it, yeah. Just wanna know if you'll ride till the end. Stick to the rhythm of my heart and say yes. I just want you to. I don't wanna go. I just wanna stay. I don't wanna go. Just give me a sign. Just give me a sign on all platforms, y'all.
Woo-wee.
Okay.
What?